Genesis chapter 3 and verse 17. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 17. Hear what it says. Then to Adam he said, because you have heeded the voice of your wife, and have eaten from the tree of which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake. In toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life. This is New King James Version. Now I've been contemplating about this verse for some months now, and I've been wondering, is it that God who created even Eve wouldn't have and brought them together, brought Adam and Eve together to be husband and wife, did not wish that Adam will at a point listen to his wife? But then when I was pondering on this, I find out that the reason why God was angry against Adam and him receiving these words, this curse from God in the first place, was because of the person that Adam chose in this case to obey. Now don't forget the topic. Choose it. Now don't forget the topic. Choose it to obey God above human wife. Obeying God. We know the story from Genesis chapter 1. God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis chapter 2, how he created man and planted man in the Garden of Eden and all that. We know the story. And the instructions, the commandment that the Lord has given to Adam, it was that Adam should tender the garden and to also direct. He was the one that was given the commandment to lead. He was the one that holds the commandment of God directly. He heard the words of God. But then, quite unfortunate for him, he allowed the voice of another person whom God had wished that two of them will come together and they will become one. And by the leading of the commandment that he had received from God is to guard the woman. But then he neglected God's commandment, then heeded the voice of Eve. And now this is what the Lord said. He said, because you've heeded the voice of your wife, which means it is expected that Adam should have heeded the voice of God over the voice of his wife. Then this curse come upon the land for Adam's sake. So what are we going to be talking here about all this scenario today? Even as the year is so fresh and we are running the race to make it a better one. There are going to be a lot of voices coming to your hearing as the year progresses. There are going to be a lot of things coming your way. There is going to be a lot of enticing things coming to you and saying, come. Many which are capable to make you deviate from the commandment that the Lord has given unto us as his children. Now, we know what the commandments of God are. No one can deceive him, he or ourselves, and say, I don't know what God wants of me. And you heard as I read that God said, because you have heeded the voice of Eve, this is what is going to happen to you. Curse is the ground for your sake. Now, when it comes to making choices, And someone will be asking, should I not listen to my wife? Should I not listen to my husband? Should I not listen to my friend? Should I not listen to these people that are in my circle? Should I not take counsel? Should I not take advice? But when it comes to what is going to combat the commandment of God concerning your life, when it comes to what is going to combat the decrees of God, the voice of God over your life, then you have to know that you have to choose God's voice. You have to choose what God is saying over other voices.